cool. Yeah, we can move you over like that. And we are back. Whenever it wants to say that we have returned, of course. Alright. We're doing 3 cards. I got called. I just felt called to do 3 cards. I don't know why. But yeah, we're doing 3 card pulls this time. Let me get this shit pasted in. I'm also gonna be multitasking. I'm gonna be doing the swords. Start doing the swords. By that I mean I'm like writing the script for the little shorts that describe the cards. I'm starting on the swords for that right now. Yep, back again. I just had to leave for a second to see if I needed to do something, and it turns out I don't need to do that thing. So, yeah, we're back. So now it's just a matter of just time doing its thing. And I am just filling in space multitasking. But yeah, anyone have any topics that wasn't able to get talked about before I left the first time? that what to be mentioned now? Or anyone want any cards pulled or anything of that nature? But yeah. Let me see. It is going very well, actually. I cannot complain. I had to dive into myself. I had to really feel how I was feeling. And I feel good. I feel fine. I am doing just fine. How are you doing? And thank you for stopping in. If anyone needs, because we have a lot of decks to choose from with the Oracle and Tarot as well. So if you know, depending on if you know, whatever you want, we can mix and match the decks and stuff. It's like going to an ice cream parlor or something. I don't know. Today is going to be a good day. Today's going to be a very, very, very good day. I can just sense it. There's just something about like the air right now. I also took a walk outside yesterday. I forgot to mention this. I should have like talked about it yesterday. But I took a I walked outside in the rain. Um and after it began to rain, it began to hail. And you know, raining is obviously like cleansing, you know, getting rid of unwanted energies and things of that nature. And hailing is in reference to like God's punishment or God's like action in that sense. Like God's anger is kind of portrayed through hail in a sense. So that was a really interesting like event because by the time it started to actually hail, I got hit by like a few pieces, but I was already like by the place that I needed to get to, so I was already inside by the time the hail started to actually happen. And when I walked out of the place that I was, just the store that I was in, um, it stopped raining and hailing completely. So I don't know if that's a sign for someone, but if you know things have been you know being cleansed off, and you might have took a few stray shots or felt like taking stray shots, you know, in that sense of just things randomly happening. But with the divine's work, you know, the divine's got your back. The divine's moving things forward, stopping things. You know, the. I don't know if I'm trying to say the storm is over or something more than that because I just can't say that phrase right now for some reason. It hasn't. It hasn't snowed here yet. Luckily, sometimes it does, but hail is kind of like it's not normal, but it's also not like a rare thing. It's just unusual. It's so interesting though. I remember I think it was like 4 years ago. It was like in the middle of like June and it started to snow. And that shit pissed like a lot of people off. Yeah. Yeah, that's a southern thing. I've been told that by a few people too over here. It's a very interesting like the Appalachians have a very unique history. I'm gonna just they have a very they just weird. We're weird. It's just how it is. Sorry for the phone bouncing up and down. I can't like do much of. I'm trying to like fix that issue so it doesn't bounce up and down that much, but I could fix it by moving. But there's not like a plug over there to keep the laptop alive. And this thing will die quick with all the stuff I have on it. It's too outside of this now. Dang, it's hot. It's hot where you're at. Lucky. Well, it's not. It's not. It's like boggy here. You know, it's like rainy. We just have the rains. It's warm weather. All the worms are coming up. I haven't seen a single worm though. I don't know why people say it's worm season. I haven't seen a single fucking worm. No worms at all. Even when it rains, the worms are just gone. I don't know where they went. Yeah, it's so weird getting snow within those months. I don't like, you know, just from living on like in this like environment, I guess. There we go. I'll just do that for now. I'll get 3 Archangel power cards for just everyone, just general, real quick. See what's popping up with that. I want to fill in the space more with like this, so I'm not gonna do like a whole ass reading. I'll do like little like intermission ones. Two for a tarot after. Yeah, sure. What tarot? The tarot card, shadow tarot, animal tarot, or the angel tarot? It's funny when I say which deck. Every time I say which deck, I immediately like imagine someone sitting like, why are they asking me like what art, like what deck they want me to use? Like the art style shouldn't matter, and like typically it wouldn't, but you don't have all like. Yeah, welcome in, Daniel. You're just you came in at the right time. I pulled 3. We're doing 3 cards now. Um, we're bumping it up a little bit. Um, but we're just now getting into the angel cards. But the 2 of Gabriel, make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. The magician, Archangel Raziel. You can manifest the life you want. What you need will magically appear in successful beginnings. And welcome in, welcome in. And the Nine of Gabriel. Stay determined and move forward. Be prepared for any possibility in environmental activism. But those are your cards. Raziel and Gabrielle coming through. Coming in hot. I mean, yeah, the different, I guess, but the different art, though it can give different messages, it doesn't really tell the art of tarot. I mean, it does in a sense. It's weird. It's a whole thing. I don't know. I have a weird like ideology about it. Ever since I started studying it, I'm not gonna jump into it though. And thank you for the membership, Jen. I truly appreciate love that. Pooch for the bathroom break. Hell yeah, let's go. But yeah, you said you wanted traditional. Got you. So no, I was talking about the Ace of Swords. That's what happened anyway. Your first card is the Ace of Wands reverse. So right now there's some form of idea that you have either been presented with or accepted as something that you should, worry about or continue with or something of that nature. But it's not the right idea. It's not the right source at this time. There's something about it that isn't quite sturdy or solidified yet, and it might have just been picked up by the rational mind and ran with. So be sure to make sure that any like new idea that you were faced with, and this idea that you were faced with, can literally be like, oh, someone said something about you, and you ended up taking that idea from that person and holding on to it. Even that, that's how broad this is. For it in the sense of just being general as it. So whatever idea or whatever outside force that you've seen that changed something in you or generated a thought or a feeling, however, or a feeling or a thought, um, allow it to allow yourself to really investigate it at this time. We have the Ace of Pentacles. This could be ideas of not being able to achieve a goal, things not working out, maybe needing things in a last second type scenario. If you've been having ideas of doubt for that, definitely don't. Because I feel like you might have like a bit of like doubt. And the doubt isn't like in the sense of I can't do it, but in the sense of like, will it work out? Or how smooth will this actually go? I feel like because it doesn't feel like it's a self-doubt the way that the cards are feeling right now. It just kind of, it's like, will this work out? um Trying not to worry about the time aspect of things, but still being in that like branch of things. But right now with the King of Pentacles, what you need to know is what you have right now on the physical is stable. Whether this be backup from a specific individual, whether this be trusting within the divine, whether this is a backup job, a hobby, whatever, a career that you have, whatever you have in the that you've been working on, even like internal self, like mental self-defense and things of that nature, whatever you've been working on is solidified, and it is going to protect and nurture you at this time. You're just needing to really relax the mind about things not working out in that sense. And even in the sense of like you not being able to not worry about that, still worrying about the future or something in that sense. Another way that you could work about that is knowing that right now is the most stable, the most control that you have. So what would you rather do in this time than feel those feelings that are keeping you, um, in loops or in confusion or in things of that nature. Like spend it as if like that's it. You know what I mean? Like spend that final moment before the ball drops or before the you know before the decision is made to truly be in like a mind and body set of doing something that you truly enjoy. And that, you know, that can change a lot within itself as well. Or even while like in the midst of the situation, if you're able to, if you have the reserve energy, do things that you enjoy. And if you don't have the reserve energy, to do both at once, do your best to make time for some form of rest, whether it's sleep or like just relaxation or meditation, and enjoy that moment for the time of the time of its existence. I don't know why I can't speak. Oh my lord. And that is your reading. I kind of want to get these. I mean, hold on. What would that be? Got you. That's the only thing about general readings is sometimes they hit and sometimes they're very ambiguous like that. And it's just because it doesn't have anything to like kind of stick to. But it's a good brain jumbler for sure. Just don't overthink or overstress it. Um, the thing about these things are is if you can't think of anything within the past like 3 days, for instance, right? Because your dreams last 3 days. That's technically how long like the energy, the memory of things will go on for, unless attached to something deeper, right? But um, damn, I had a whole but. Never mind. I'm not supposed to say it. Never mind. It just flew out of my head. It's just gone. I was gonna say something. It's just not gonna happen. That's unfortunate, dude. I'll remember it later. I'll remember it later. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember what I was gonna say now. Yeah, but just the thing about like getting readings and stuff is it's never going to be something you don't know. It's always going to be something that you get a hint of. So even if you got like for a few seconds like, oh, I don't like that or I don't agree with that thing, and you still accepted it to be like true in that self, if you didn't set that separation between like it's true for them and not for me, your subconscious can kind of like latch onto that because it's like, oh, it's for me, so I'm gonna latch onto it a little bit to, you know, as much as you know about it. That's like the power of like belief and stuff, and well, not belief but of just like knowing things and of knowledge is like, if you only know the surface level things of something and then you know you start following that path of life, well, since your subconscious, you know, is connected to the all Indra's nest, and however, it, you already subconsciously and your soul already knows, you know, the full path that you're supposed to be walking are this for the full path that you're, you know, doing. And it's important to make sure that you're, you know, just not cheapskating yourself in that sense of like not knowing at least what you're comfortable with knowing of whatever life path that you're gonna walk, just so that you know, because you have to know like the ups and downs of it. Chihuahua. Yeah, it went through. I seen it. Thank you. I appreciate love it. It just now the second that I seen your message, it actually went through, which is kind of funny. But I appreciate love it. Thank you. Mm-hmm. The more you know, the less you'll know. The more questions you have answered, the more you realize that it's like, oh shit. So, like, it's just it gets to a point to where you ask a question and it's like, oh, we don't have the answer for that. We're not even looking for this, yet. But that's just the journey of things. Because there's so much, dude. Like, if because talking about knowing yourself goes deeper than just like a metaphysical sense. It goes down to like knowing like the cell organisms and stuff within your body, like your brain and stuff, how your brain works, how your whole body works, like down to like the first spark of it, like what it's a lot, but we're not supposed to worry about like the in depths of that. Well, at least I'm not supposed to be. Someone might be. Someone already probably has to some degree at least. Yeah, exactly. Because, like, once you know about it, now you have to interact with it. Now you have to know how it works and how you work with it. And it's like, well, man, what if I don't work with this? Right? Like, what if you do? And then that's, you go through that loop. What? I went the wrong way. That's why it wasn't making sense. Oh, I read the wrong one. No, I didn't. That was the right one. Cowboy facts are fun, are cool. Damn. That's an interesting one. Yeah, animals are known to do that. Let me see. What did I get? What did we get first? What was the first thing that we did? Archangel power card is what we did first. You can do the letters. We'll do the letters. We'll pull. We'll pull 3 from the letters for a general and see what's going on with that. Yeah, they have like, excuse me, they have like hues of brown too. Like brownish green is as close as like a color as they can see, and it's not even like a really pretty color. Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians was actually made for dogs to watch it. So your dog can actually watch the 101 Dalmatians in color. Um, that's why it looks the way it does. Is it's like it's a dog friendly film. Um, it can't help you in the sense of like what to do, but it can give you guidance of what you can do yourself to obtain the answer that you're seeking in that sense on that and that metric. So it can like guide you like with certain thought forms or certain ideas that you had um as like this was like a point to move forward with, or you know, it can give you hints at those things, but it can't tell you like what the best valuable option for those are. Only you will truly know that option. But the three letters, the cards are judgment, which is divine power, but also corruption. Let your personal form shine and reach the balance that you require. The sun, which is choice between greatness and degradation. Observe and overstand situations before acting. And then the emperor, divinity, distinction, and specificity. Reach a higher perspective that enables you to see the whole picture. So that's a big one about listening to the intuition, listening to the call. That 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 voice of hope that calls out, like, pulling on that, looking at that, listening to that. But other than that, there seems to be something that, like, intuitive, like a higher self, intuition, however you want to say it, is trying to show you a way to move forward. Is trying to show you a way of how you can start something, or the path to start walking on to generate the outcome that you're desiring. But yeah, dogs probably see a lot of stuff that we can't see as well. I know a lot of birds do. A lot of black birds are not black. They are very colorful creatures. We just cannot see them. And it's interesting how the color is like black or like dark green. Um, as well. I mean, it's just because of like light reflections and stuff, but still, refractions. Yeah, like crows and stuff. Crows aren't like black. They have like multiple colors. It's like the way the light reflects off of it, and then how we can't perceive those colors. It just comes out as like a black, or like some black green birds. They're like really dark black green. They're also like that. They have like an oily color to them, like iridescent almost. Some of them have patterns on them as well, like hidden patterns that, I mean, obviously they're hidden. We can't see them. Um, but we don't see a lot of this realm. We don't see a lot. Yeah, like the sun has to hit them just right. Like you can make out some colors. They won't be as bright. They'll be a little bit muted, but you can. There, it's very interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, I love birds. Birds are cool. Do I? Did I? I don't think I did. Those aren't gonna help me. I need these. I need the ace of swords. Oh, I can see the delete message. I don't need my phone. I'm just like very quickly. I'm getting this made for the Ace of Swords video. I hit the wrong button. I gotta move you again. I gotta keep moving it. Man, it'd be so much easier if, like, I can't stream on my laptop because it can't connect to the internet well. It has like a really bad Wi-Fi card in it. It's literally hilarious that like one laptop would make everything easier. But it's a double-edged sword because if I get that laptop, it would also be able to run games better, and I don't want to start getting sidetracked. At the same time, when I take my breaks, I'd be able to play games. So it's like a double-edged sword. Things would work faster and be a little bit easier, but distractions would be at an all-time high. Duplicate this, put you up here, and hard light. Yeah, I like the way that looks. I think that's too much. That is too much. Oh, oops. There we go. I got it. Man, all right, there we go. I get that. The best thing that you can do, because I struggled with that with my mom and her car. She gave it to me, and I couldn't drive. It was given to me at a time before, and they knew I couldn't drive right before we figured that out. But when I had to sell it back to my dad so I could sell it to someone else. I did like a whole like cleaning ritual on it. I cleansed it. Uh, I made sure that it was okay with things in that nature. But really, like, if you want to make sure it's okay with that loved one, you can tap in with that loved one. You can ask that loved one questions in that sense, and move forward with that. Um, you could do an oracle for that. I feel like an oracle would suffice. With the shadow deck, I got you. What do you wanted the reading on, and we can get you. And welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, you can. Do you want to use the tarot deck, a tarot deck, or an oracle deck? Um, and what do you want the reading on? Heck yeah. Alright. So let me hold on. So your first card is parsley, basil, and fern, which is security, good, physical and mental health, happiness, prosperity, the power of love, richness, fertility, um, the well-being of the family, exposing malicious actions, delimiting our boundaries, and nature's protection. Hold on, let me see what that was, because that was kind of important. And then we have, after that is Lucifer. That's not the right card. Which has two different meanings, so we'll read all through all of this. Which is destructive emotions and desires, pride's, imperiousness, desire for revenge, rage or something goes against the plan, perpetual dissatisfaction, unjustified stubbornness, desire to achieve a goal by all means, hurried decisions, insubordination, rebelliousness, impatience, a strong personality, a reformer, a cold-blooded careerist, a person that knows his or her own mind, the power of logic and intellect, boundless talent, a high position in society, domination, dominion, domination of the world and fearlessness, and then daughters of men. Let me get to daughters of men real quick. Which is a love triangle, an unequal alliance, matrimony between people of different nationalities and social statuses, friends, benefits, relationships, physical attraction, wrong choices, wrong decisions, and temptation. So you might be afraid of making a wrong choice when it comes down to following your heart or walking with your feelings, whether this is a relationship, a job, however. There needs to be a lot more trust within that department of being more open with people, uh being more heart led with people, allowing people to come in without thinking, what bad would this individual do in that case, if so, of doing that. But regardless, really focus on, or not even focus, but just see the aspect within your life that cause thoughts of, oh, I can't do this, or I shouldn't trust this, within that heart space. When it comes to trusting feelings of love, or when it comes to trusting feelings of closeness, or just feelings of trust regardless, right? Know that things are safe to trust, and that you are, okay to move forward when it comes to, connectivity with people. Don't be afraid of doing that in that sense. But tarot can't tell you the feelings about someone else. So tarot can't really help you. I can't really help you with that. Um, Unfortunately. What oracle are we gonna get? I feel like a mix of like three. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel like getting a mix of three oracle for this. I'm breaking my one rule. Which is you have to choose the decks. And sending love straight back to you as well. I appreciate the donation. Thank you so much. Truly. But I'm breaking my one rule. For once, I felt called, like actually intuitively pulled, um, for one of them. Not really like for once, meaning it doesn't happen. Um, but I'm gonna have to trust that pull, that instinct on this one. Just because of the matters at hand and stuff on that aspect of it. Uh, yeah, yeah. This one's yours, Tiana. Tania. I keep calling you Tiana. I'm so sorry. It's Tania. I don't know why. I guess it's because I've only met people named Tiana. I guess that's it. Is I only have one reference point for the word I'm trying to say. Hug. I can't do your reading because the reading that you're asking for, it can't be done with tarot in that sense. It's something that isn't of a necessary worry to put. What you're really trying to figure out is why you're so worried about another individual, about that specific individual, or about why the connectivity between you and yourself to be able to walk towards them is shaky in that sense. And thank you as well for the donation. I appreciate, love that. Um, truly and holy. Um, but Tiana, the first card that we have is from the voice of the souls, and that is love. I only have one message for you today, but it's an important one. Love yourself. Don't try to find love in for other. Excuse me. Don't try to find love in others. Don't look in. Don't. Do not look for a mirror in which you see yourself. Excuse me. I don't know why I can't speak today. You are creating emotional dependency and are running away from your own love. By loving yourself, you can create healthy relationships with situations in your outer life. Your soul is wonderful, but as an incarnate being, you are imperfect. As are all the people around you. You have had experiences that you view as mistakes, but just like everyone else, you have been clumsy, like everyone else, just like us all. You have felt like you were taking a wrong path, just like everyone else. Love yourself in that complete imperfection and clumsiness. Your soul is perfect, and by experiencing the imperfections, you connect to the energy of wisdom. Um, the spirit guides would like you to know the energy of love will open doors to a renewal for you within the next 3 months. You have long been caught within repeating patterns of you have long been caught in emotional fatigue, which guided you and projected a negative image of yourself back to you. You have released many old beliefs and thoughts. What you are missing now is true love for yourself, the compassion which you know how to look upon others but not yourself. Look upon yourself with love. Respect your convictions and values. Accept your dark side without looking to fight it. Within the next 3 months, a wave of love will come into your outer life. It will be an echo of the love you're building for yourself. Love yourself, love life, love your past, love your experiences, and love what is obvious. Love synchronicities. And the entity. Remember, this is from me for always and forever. I love you. My love for you has always been strong, even if you haven't managed to express it. I know you have expected more proof of my love. I know that I could have done more, told you more that I love you, made you feel it more. That love is unbroken today. I expect nothing in return. My energy is of unconditional love. Feel it, so you may feel it, so you may forge a new relationship with yourself, so you may move forward gently and benevolently. Feel my presence at night when you go to bed or when you're in your car or when you're sitting quietly. I am by your side. Remember the rose? I manifest myself using this as my sign. The rose is my support and my presence and your guide to help you connect to the beauty of your soul. Remember the energy of love that is your essence. The the letters. You have the devil, which is vision and perspective. Emerge from the shadow into something new. Remember that every ending is a door to a fresh start. And the Knight of Gabriel, which is confident, enthusiastic, courageous, and charismatic. Time to take action, great passion for a cause, and instinctively knowing just what to do. Um, so overall, what I have from the message, especially with love coming out in the Knight of Gabriel, and with the devil even, there might be parts of your shadow aspect. And remember, when we're talking about the shadow self, it doesn't mean like the bad part or the evil part of you. It just means the hidden part of you. So there may be a part of you that's still trying to grieve, while you hold on to the car, that's, creating certain feelings and certain attachments that may or may not belong. Regardless of whatever you choose to do, know that your loved ones are always going to love you, that they've moved on past the material need for things, and that you shouldn't, attach them to that physical as heavily, as they were attached to the physical, and in their incarnation. Really being able to sit down with self and truly, um, formulate that thought, and allow it to fuel you, so um, that choices that are going to help you move forward in this life are always going to be the ones that your past over, loved ones are going to, desire you to choose moving forward. Just be sure that you do it with good intention and heart. And even if you need to take it a step further, you can even like talk to your Passover loved one. Do prayers with them, let them know, just give them updates saying, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. Give me ask for a sign, a specific sign. If you for things, if you don't want me to sell the car, send me this exact sign. And if you don't receive that sign, it's be okay. You can set like a time period and stuff for it as well if you truly need to. But overall, just knowing that everything that's happening within your life, involving this car situation, is all about love. So truly do what you, desire to do. If you would rather express love by keeping the car, so motive be. If you'd rather express love by, you know selling it, and then being able to move forward with those projects, then that can be the choice for it as well. Um, you left out of the pronounce name. That's what's up. But yeah, that was Tania's reading, hug. I can't do a reading on someone else, and in that sense, I can't, like, tarot isn't a tool to pick up on other people's life. Tarot is a tool about your life and your life alone. So in the sense of picking up a twin flame feeling, I can't do that in this sense. I can pick up why you and yourself are so attached to that individual, and why you're unable to give that nurturing, to yourself. But for that individual in particular, I can't do that unless they got a reading, from me. Love you as well. Yeah, I'm glad I could be of help. I'm glad I could be of assistance. There are tools. I will tell you though, Hug. There are tools that allow you, to pick up on those things. I just don't have those tools at this time, and I do plan on getting them. There's just a lot of things that are being worked out in the background right now, um, that are kind of making things a little, wishy washy with it. But regardless, I am working on tools to kind of getting things of that nature. The art of divination really is about the connectivity between you and the divine, and not really anyone else. But there are like tools more curated, towards that style of reading, or of divining. Um, I just don't have any of them. else is there? What could we do? We haven't pulled 3 angel prayers. I'm gonna pull 3 angels. I'm gonna pull 3 of the angel prayers. I don't think we have. I don't think we have. Funnily enough, Stephen, like that's the loophole that a lot of people get into whenever they are whenever they watch readers who read about other people. In that sense, is they get upset about hearing about people being in their energy. So it's kind of just like, why are you here trying to get in someone else's energy when you're already mad about someone that you think is in your energy? So now you both can be mad, type of, you know what I mean? It's so weird, how that like loophole works. But again, it's like, you gotta walk up those, you gotta walk the ladder, you gotta make it up those steps. You gotta make it up those steps somehow. But yeah, here's the 3. Here is the 3 angels. We have inner power with Divine Father. Divine Father, thank you for co-creating my world with me. The miracle of forgiveness, Archangel Jeremiel. Thank you, Jeremiel, for helping me to understand the process of forgiveness. And the divine physician, Archangel Raphael. Thank you, Raphael, for shining your divine light upon my healthy body. And immediately I just get time heals all wounds. The Father is the ruler of time. The Mother is the ruler of feeling, of space, of the things that take place within time and space. Well, it's matter. It's between time and matter, not space. But overall, time heals all wounds. Being in a place of patience is key. When it comes to waiting on something, because like, especially like if you are in the position now of waiting on something and you're not sure if something, if it's gonna work out or not, there's definitely not a need to, worry about that. Learning to forgive yourself for bringing upon that worry, and knowing that everything's gonna be fine is key at this point. Time is, the physical and time is always moving, always ever changing. But even then, like, whatever is happening is healing throughout time. Whether that time be a quick thing or a slow thing, that depends on the wound and your process through the healing, or your process through the digestion, however, whatever stage you're at with it. But overall, keeping forgiveness in mind fully and truly. No, because tarot's not a future prediction thing either. Tarot is simply a tool to explain why the 2 keys in you are not cooperating, and why you can't open the door, why you're missing the 2nd key, or why the 1st key isn't even the right key half the time. That's interesting. Huh. But no, yeah, Steven, exactly. Like, like with you yourself, the connectivity between you, keeping, procrastination, the reasons why you feel the way you do. It's a deep thing. It's a thing that actually takes you on your soul journey. The general narrative of tarot online on YouTube is not your soul journey. That's called fate. A lot of these readers are reading fate. A lot of readers say the word fate instead of destiny. They're telling you where they're leading you. They don't even know it. That's how blind they are. They're not even aware of like what they're saying. They're leading people towards fate, not destiny. Tarot's a tool to lead you towards destiny, and people are using it to lead them towards fate. Worry about the internal. Worry about the connectivity with your soul's journey. Why you forgot mother, you know. And the spiritual journey is not about magic. That's occultism. That's a different journey. A lot of these people who are reading tarot the way they are, they're reading for people who are supposed to be on the path of occultism. But they're not doing that path. You know, whether that occultism is like angelic magic or herbalism or voodoo, hoodoo, whatever the fuck, whatever tradition that has occult ties in it, you know, that's who they're reading for, really. And they're not really even reading it in the sense of like helping those individuals either. They're just reading about it in a sense to get them to cause more like issues for their soul moving on. Exactly. Whenever like you get what you get, that's fate. You already have everything. When you get something, when you receive something that isn't already of yours that you have inside of you, it's a acclamation of fate to a degree. But all fate is mental, honestly. Like fate is a man-made thing. Destiny is something that's agreed upon before you even come down here, or even before you're in flesh, before you even leave mother and father's care. They're like, hey, you want to do these things? It's like, yeah, sure. You know, you pick out everything. You pick out your entire life. You know, what do you want to do? What do you want to be known for? Like, what's your experience gonna be this time? And then they send you out. Then you're here. But yeah, it's okay. I understand your confusion, Hug. The people that do tarot don't know how to do it right. So it's kind of like difficult to know. So don't worry about that. Yeah, we can do a reading on why you've been feeling empty and nostalgic. But when you get synchronicities and signs about an individual, that's because you've attached that symbol, that sign, that synchronicity to that individual. Either through like an actual physical standpoint where someone says this is how it's going to come through, or in the sense where that synchronicity causes a feeling to pop up in the most recent or the thing that's most on the mind that generates that same exact feeling, or something around that feeling is the individual. So it's just working about detachment and truly just like walking back and walking away from that place of being. we can do that for you if you would like, Hug. You know, I'm not gonna just jump into it without your permission. And what's up? Not much. Just chilling. Just how it be. I mean, you haven't detached yourself. If you had detached yourself, then they wouldn't be popping up like that. That's the solid truth of it. The only reason why anything pops up in your mind and generates a feeling is because it's trying to be known and seen. So there's something inside of you that still is very much attached to that individual if you're still seeing things that remind you of them to that sort of degree to this day. So there's something inside of you that's still just not healed. It's still attached. It's still trying to blame or to seek an answer that they hold that you'll never really get. You'll just have to overstand it to your own degree and move on. That overstanding of their actions is really just a deeper overstanding of your own actions. My condolences hearing that, Adam. There's not much you can really do about being gang stalked except for just like making anonymous reports on the individuals and things of that nature. If you truly know that they're doing something of that nature, you know. And that's out of my like jurisdiction. I'm not focused on the flesh at all over here. So if your motive of being here is to ask for like help to talk about those individuals, I'm gonna decline. Because I'm only focused on the evolution of the soul. I'm not worried about the flesh or the physical as much. Mm-hmm. And yeah, the yeah, Kimmy, the questions you are free to ask. No, I've never like seen your name pop up before, Adam. So I don't really know. I can agree with that, Daniel. I would kind of say at that point it would be more of a djinn, but that's just me and is my brain and stuff. But I agree with what you're saying though for sure. Uh, well, if you're getting horoscopes about that, I don't know how you're getting horoscopes about that because that's not how horoscopes work. So if whoever taught you how to read horoscopes taught you very wrong, and I would strongly advise not to do that, um, because horoscopes are not to be meant to be like read like that. I don't know who like that's yeah like that's not right. Carry from app, yeah, no, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. They don't know what they're talking about when it comes down to those things. Most The thing is with most of those like psychic apps, most of them are scams. No, you're fine, Kimmy. It's fine. I'm just making sure that you're okay because I don't want you going down like a pipeline that you don't necessarily need to go down, right? Um, so this isn't like don't worry. Like I'm not mad or anything. It's just like a lot of those platforms are like really not like they are fake. Um, because even then, like I've had people talk to me who used to work for those types of places, and I've even like tried to like I tried at one point to apply to a bunch of them, and they're just not like they don't pay their readers at all that well, so they don't put effort into it because they're doing it simply for money. If they weren't doing it for money, they would be on like a platform just doing it in that sense instead of being on like a paid platform doing it for free in that sense. So they're doing it for money, so they don't really have like a care for the message. They don't get paid that much by the places, so they don't really care. Most of the readers on there are just lies and fakes. There's only one like platform. I don't know the name of it though. It's like one of the. It's the biggest like reader platform though. They like actually check their readers, and they make sure. But they get readers from like all sorts of levels and stuff. But unfortunately, the good readers are like high priced as fuck. So that site's not. Yeah. But yeah. Do you want your ex back? Is that like something that when I say that is don't think about it, feel it, right? How listen to that heart direction. How are you truly desiring to go about this? And you know what I mean? Because like having relationship issues and then also getting told that can definitely like skew the mind a lot. Yeah, plus a lot of them do that as well, Steven. But with the relationship going down, what in what way? Like communication, like you know, equal give and take, like how sensuality in that sort of sense, and we can break that down, and get to the root of the problem in that sense, and help things like move easier. Daniel, do I have WhatsApp? I do not have WhatsApp, unfortunately. I can't get WhatsApp. I don't have a phone number, um, and I can't download apps because my Apple account is fucking glitched out and weird. But that's whatever. It's not sad. I can see where you can get. I can see where that can come from. Definitely. I try not to like worry or think about that aspect of it though. Okay, that's weird. That was very, very weird. No, it's not. Hmm. Let's see here. Because there's something that's not healed from it. There's an attachment still within you that still is needing to heal something within that or needing to think about it, instead of shushing it away and thinking of it as being a bad thing. Why don't you interact with it and see why it's there? things come to you for a reason. And if you are someone that only wants good things to come to you, then why don't you allow them to come to you? As someone that is asking and being on the healing journey, when these things pop up, why do they have to seem as if something hectic is happening? Why can't they just be seen as part of that healing journey, that evolution? Nothing will ever be fully healed on the journey. You will always go back to a point to where you think about something in the past that happened that could have been changed in a different way, or you'll always go through a situation that will bring up something from the past. That's just what the rational mind does. That's just how the brain is. So we'll never fully be healed because our rational mind will never actually fully settle on us being, all right, until we focus deep on that heart space. Until we fully see that that imperfection of the endless game of healing is okay. So all I would suggest for you to do is to really just allow, like, whenever they pop up, that thought of them pops up, allow that to speak to you. What does it truly want? Don't let your rational mind control of it. Don't try and shush it away and suspend it from coming close to you. Allow it to speak to you what it needs to say, show you what it needs to show you, allow you to feel what you deserve and need to feel, and allow yourself to move on with it, move on and release it. How do you heal? It's a continuous journey. That's how you heal. Healing isn't just something that happens and it's done. There's always going to be something that needs to be connected. There's always going to be a continuous journey of that healing. Every like cut that you have on your skin, that part of your that where that cut is weaker by a certain amount, compared to the other amount of skin that's still being built up over time, but healing is a never ending thing. Don't think of it as something as like a task that you check off and complete. It's something that you carry with you, and the load becomes lighter the more the more you overstand it. The more that ice cream cone sits out in the sun, the more it melts. The more you see something, the more light you bring to it. Light just meaning something that can be seen or something that is weightless. The more that you see things, the more light the more it would melt. The more you'll be able to engage of it, the better it will be to digest. The less solid the form is and the more liquid it is, the better it is for you to move through it in that state than previous. So just always walk with that knowing that the healing journey isn't the fact that you're trying to actively heal. The healing journey is the act of knowing that you're already healed, and it's just you needing to move with that new addition on you, because you can't remove an experience that's happened to you. All you do is to learn to operate with it, and to maneuver with it to the best of your ability. That's all healing is. It's the same thing that happens to the body. If you break your arm and you end up moving your arm and you're not supposed to, and your arm heals back the wrong way, like a little crooked or something, right? That's basically how healing journey is on the internal. you know it's gonna happen. It might not be perfect, but it's something that's gonna cause like an effect. It's something that's gonna be solidified to a certain degree, and just working with it in that sense. That's key. That's one of the keys. And the second key is actually doing it rather than just feeling it, actually cooperating with it, going down that path and walking with it. And the funniest part about the healing journey really is like the biggest part that needs healed from us is the fact that we keep thinking that we aren't healed or that we are already healed. We're always going to be in between one of those two boundaries. We'll never be directly in the middle. we'll be in the middle of our own direction by our peers around us, which that's, you know, those who we judge and those who gravitate towards us, right? But we'll never fully be in the center. To do that, you know, is to go internal, where all is fully connected and branched out. But yeah, definitely just like allow those thoughts whenever they pop up in your head, just allow it to nurture you. What I've learned with a lot of my exes, sometimes my exes pop up because I'm needing a specific type of love that they were able to give. And just because the memory of them comes to me does not mean that that individual flesh is doing anything to me. It's just simply myself needing to regenerate a part of itself. It's part of me that needs to heal itself. I need to have some form of nostalgia, of revenance on this occurrence, so that I can heal from it, so that I can, you know, feel that love or get that boost. Not every boost that you get from the divine is going to be sent from like an angel or some heavenly messenger. Sometimes it's going to be sent directly from a situation that you left or escaped or however, to give you that gratification, to give you that reminder. And, you know, we're not always aware or conscious of that. So we sometimes take it as like an attack, or, you know, oh, I'm having like bad thoughts of someone, so they have to be doing something. But it's really just like there's something happening in your life that's reminding you of this individual, and all you're needing to do is handle that situation the way you know, the way that your heart truly intends and not your mind. Yeah, exactly. Because it's like when the feeling of heartbreak isn't the fact that your heart is broken. It just means that there was a feeling that the heart space had created, that was removed from it. You know, it's just the actual, you know, feeling of, you know, something being traded. It's the same exchange, it's the same feeling as when you exchange money for food. You know, it's just on a grander scale. It's the feeling of an exchange. You know, either an exchange being broken, an exchange being betrayed, or an exchange being completed. Right. At least that's how I think about it in the views that I have, in working with it in that sense. Yeah, having dreams about exes are weird in general. Usually, when you have a dream about someone specific, it's something about a power, where they hold some sort of power, or something that they did has caused a change in your life to feel less able to do something. Or that energies of this person or a situation of that person may be playing or replaying in a lesser or less aware part of your life that you might need to check out. It can mean a few other things as well. It all depends. Reading dreams is fun, but you know, there ain't no way in hell you can give a general dream reading. You gotta get specifics, like what the hell did you dream about? Yeah, I can get some Lyrians for you. I'm not even looking at my laptop. I was looking at my phone when I did that. I read my phone. Holy shit. I read my phone. So yeah, let me get this. I get that too, Steven. I don't think about past people either. Whenever they pop up, I've gotten to the point myself where I look at it. If they pop up in a dream, especially if they pop up in my dream for multiple days, I have to look into it. It's like there's something going on. What was my relationship with this individual? Who was I around this individual? And like, what transpired between us? And then, breaking it down further like that. That's what I do with it. But let me get you the 3 Lyrians real quick. These cards are so fucking huge. So your first Lyrian card is Infinite Paths, Options, Time Travel, Quantum, Freedom to Choose. Fusion, which is Balanced, Schedule, Heart Living, and Tantric Fusion. And Stargate Initiation, Portals, Power Spot, and Get Outdoors. So with that in mind, I feel like, so I don't know much about this, so I'm going off of what I have. So take what, the situation more than I do in this, and so I'm gonna give you what I got from this. Whatever feelings that you were having with that individual, something may be coming along the path of that. This could go to, choosing options that like resonate with that individual and how they made you feel, or this could be a choice to not a choice but a path of balancing out whatever masculine and feminine energies that you accepted as yours when you were with that individual. This may be a path to kind of change that as well. Whatever the case is, there's a need to like get outside. And with the Stargate initiation, when you're getting initiated for something, this is definitely like a path choosing that you're needing to do. So definitely like tap in with that. Like try to remember if you can, because I know sometimes it's gonna be hard. Remember like how you acted around this individual, what feelings were exchanged, what thoughts and ideas were exchanged. Because I feel like this is like a balancing of the heart, like not the heart chakra or the heart space, but just a more balanced heart living. So there's something more of like a feminine, this could even be like an old way of nurturing yourself with like the X. This could be, old feminine energy that's within you. That's either, that's trying to get your attention for some reason. But all in all, definitely get outside and do some meditations on this. Focus in on like the environment and who you were as an individual when around that person, and the nurturing that you kind of received then. And welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, that was to Steven, but I'm glad it resonated for someone else too. Messages always can. I got you, no worries. Dang, man. Damn. I don't know. Get these. I'm trying to like do the ones that require a lot of reading last or later, because I don't want to read a lot. I don't want to read like 3 books. But it doesn't matter. There will be a time to do it. So Hug, I'll ask you this. Are you surrendering it to a divine on the internal or a divine on the external? This is the important part. This might be where that key is that you're needing. Of course, Hug, that's what we're here to do. This is really like what the space is for. It's a multi-use space that we have here, and one of the main reasons is to have people just have a place to vent, to talk, to get help and answers and stuff. Will you marry Tanya? I don't know. Tarot can't help you with that, unfortunately. One of these days, you're gonna catch me do one of those readings for fun, and it's gonna be crazy because y'all aren't gonna expect it. But I have a plan up my sleeve. I don't know how or when, but one day. All right. So for the 3 animal cards, you have lion. These are all cats. Anyway, we have lion with its control felines. If you have moderate aggressive impulses as an invitation to control your temper, you're encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your level of frustration. And then the bobcat, which is mystery. The bobcat teaches you that there is true power and strength in silence and patience. In order to get what you want, you must be willing to plan, adapt, and above all, have the patience to see your dreams manifest. And last but not least, Tiger, which is patience. You are being reminded that persistence is what's neat. Oh my God! You are reminded that persistence is what is necessary to attain your goals. You need to be patient and trust that the universe will help you through your challenges in divine timing. Success is guaranteed. Yeah. Yeah, self hugs are always good. Nope. Hold up. Hello? I don't know. I'm trying to like figure that out right now. Okay. Oh yeah, the internal, external, divine. Um, no, you don't need to serve both of those zones. Don't serve two masters. That's one of the things that you don't do. If you, you know, praising to an external force isn't something that you're supposed to do. You know, giving your hope and moving forward to an external force isn't how things are supposed to be. So don't give the hope, don't give the life to an external divine. Give it to the internal divine, the heart space, the part that's connected to the invisible. You know what I mean? Because connecting it to outside source and idolizing it like that is literally antichrist, 101 antichrist. Following stuff. Yeah, yeah. I always like to clarify stuff like that. It's important. But you know, as always, do as you wish. There's no harm in whatever you wish to walk in life. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I get what you mean by that. I get what you mean by that. I really don't know how to feel about this. What is this? Why does it have 100 cards? Hold on. Hold on. This has my attention. Like, really bad. Actually, I've seen my name, so I'm not gonna look at that anymore. Uh, this so well, it feels more just as in general. Yes, it would be a soul purpose. Because our soul purpose is to connect back to that feminine, that mother place, to be whole. Rather than divided, but it is a balance. I'm just gonna get rid of that completely. I don't know what the hell that person's talking about. Anyway, um, it is a lot to do with the balancing side of things. Um, we tend to believe that we spiritualize things and we end up not actually spiritualizing them. The balance of the physical and the spiritual is really the balance of the heart and the mind between what is truly purely being sent to you by love versus what's then like perverted and dissolute by the mind. Dreams always say you're true or fake, depends on like what you mean by that. Dreams are real by the sense that you experience them, but as far as like real for reality term, it depends on if you are clairvoyant or a prophet. Well, Yeah, profit technically, yeah. Profits can. But it all depends on what you mean by that. So what's the point of 100 cards? What's the other elements that you need to add in that? I'm getting pissed off. What the hell is this? I'm not getting mad, but like, what is this? And, man, I don't want to watch the video. I wanted to like. I gotta wait for it to load and do its thing. That's perfectly fine. What is this? Why does it have 100 cards? Why does it need to have 100 cards? What is the point of this? Wait a minute. Did they make a European-based tarot deck? The Europeans have the fucking, they got their own deck. They don't have to use the Egyptian one anymore. Wow. Holy shit. They did it. That's so bizarre. They're making like, they have like the US fucking game systems is making a new tarot deck. So whenever they make things like related like stuff like that, it's something big. It's 100 cards, but it's inspired by it's inspired by the European tarot. So like, I don't know. Are we gonna be divided by cards now? Is this it? Are we gonna have the OGs for both of them? The ones that want to keep the gypsy, joke going on, and those that wish to know the truth? Holy shit. Times are weird. That's bizarre. Uh, I have not seen the thing that Walter Russell's done, and I don't know Billy Strings. Yeah, and the French cards. It was the French playing card. Dude. Huh. Well, now I'm gonna make a petition in a big issue that anyone that wants to read tarot about an external issue needs to use this deck from now on and forever, because it's based off of the way that they're reading it. So they're gonna need to step up and do that from now on. I'm setting that rule out now. I don't care. That's my rule, at least. That's so weird. Yeah, it's related to that one. It's literally it is the card game that tarot gave birth to because of the gypsies hiding. Like there's the deck that everyone reads from, basically, like how they're trying to read it at least. And it literally has everything I mean, it's all there. Talking about dragons and the Grail and the trump cards, the seven virtues, the zodiacs. while presenting an engaging new approach to the tarot. To the tarot. See, even they fucking know. While presenting an engaging new approach to the tarot. They didn't say tarot cards. They said to the tarot. They fucking know. People all the time. It's just one of those things, man. It's just a sign that things are moving with this shit. Sooner or later, people are going to know publicly, like actually globally publicly, are going to know that tarot is being read wrong by everyone, basically. And like what tarot is and what tarot cards are supposed to do, right? And it's going to be known. Like it's not gonna be this thing where it's like, oh, it's only the spiritual. No, it's the entirety of tarot and what people have done to it. Is completely away from the original idea of it. No, there's not really much imagery on it at all. This one has new imagery, and I'm not going to decode 100 cards. Stop. I'm not buying this. I'm not buying this deck no matter what. I don't give a fuck. But I'm not gonna decode 100. I might decode 100 cards. What in the fuck is that? One. Not the Roman numeral one, but the number one that we use. What the fuck? Oh no. Oh no, do not get this deck. Do not get this deck. Do not get this deck. I'm sorry. No, that's a red flag to me. I'm sorry. If I see the feminine pouring into the masculine on a 9 of cups, to me, in the way this is set up where the feminine's walking towards the masculine, oh god, they got this shit backwards as fuck. Hell no. They got the wishing well to represent that it's like, you know, making a wish, which that isn't even it. It's the genie in a bottle. They turned it into an actual wishing well. Dude, this is a literal, this is the exact European, this is what they need. This is what they're reading. I'm not trying to make a joke. This is dead ass. Like, what? This is the deck. This is how they read the cards. I now get it. I grasp it now. I have an overstanding now. Or I'm starting to get one. What is it, the 8 of Wands? And how that's a catapult flinging a fucking fireball. This, dude. No way. Man, the European way of reading tarot is so weird, but seeing it as imagery for what, like, as it's being talked about is totally different. Like, this is not okay. This is kind of scary. Low-key. Just a little bit. Not too much. The Queen of Cups, I can agree with that. I don't know why the fuck they put a hermit crab there. I mean, no, never mind, I do. That makes sense. The Two of Fishes. So it has Pisces, but you called it the Two of Fishes. What the... Why'd you put a Pisces card in there? You could have just kept the Hermit. That's the Virgo. You could have kept the fucking... Who was it? You could have kept the Pisces Major Arcana in there, dude. I can't remember the Pisces one on top of my head. No, it's the High Priestess. What am I talking about? I can look at the checkered floor and figure that out. Why can't I just do that? Is that what it's representing then? Is that like the High Priestess representation? I don't fucking know. Who is Michael J. Auger? I'm about to do research. Who is this person? What do they do? Nothing. They just make art. They don't just make art. There's no way he's just a graphic designer. There's something. There has to be more. There's no way that you're just. Who are you? Come on. Don't lie to me. Exactly, Daniel. And literally, like, I'm not even joking. That like disturbed the fuck out of me a little bit. That was like a culture shock. The cups are what are running over, which is good. Like here, like I can see like the imagery, like I can see where they're going with it. But there are like very distinct things that the Nine of Cups means that don't circulate this exactly. They go around the idea of the card, but they don't hit the actual like lesson of what that card is and what how that card connects you to yourself and the nature of that. It doesn't really show that. It just shows that the feminine nurtures the masculine. Uh which is good knowledge to know, but like it shouldn't, it's not healthy. It's not, it's to me it's not healthy to have that out so blatant like that, because that's the way that society has already been trying to be ran for the past however, so having it out like that just kind of implies it even more. Exactly. It not even that. He should be taking the cup from her. He has the empty cup. She has the full cup. He's the one who needs to do the action. She supplies the cup. He should have the cup and be able to, pour the his own cup from that cup to have what that has, and then give that cup back to the feminine to, because she receives more from the well, the infinite well, not doing any hard labor, just being there, being the supporter. It's just wrong to me, man. I don't like it. I'm glad I got that sign though. That's a good sign to get. Just means that that the war is on. That war is on. The battle is here. No, but it just means that, you know, it might be a little bit easier to counteract like the differences in reading styles now, because you can actually have like a visual comparison. Dude, that's so weird. Like I'm not even subscribed to them at all. I literally went to just like my homepage. I don't get any tarot videos at all. Nothing related to tarot pops up on my homepage. Just like meditation music and like other stuff, like podcasts and stuff. And then out of nowhere, I seen that, and I was like, "Why are they releasing a new one?" And it's the U.S. game systems. It's something that's like gone through everything legally, and is gonna be printed out. The amount of like secrets that aren't going to be told from that deck and actually going to be covered up even more and told backwards is like bizarre. I'm glad they put the Knight of Cups there as an example, because I know exactly what's happening with that. That's an Antichrist deck. I'm calling it. Michael J. Auger, you have worked on the Antichrist deck. I'm sorry to inform you. Okay, I get that, Daniel, for sure. I get why you say he should be pouring into her cup. I get that makes sense for sure. Um, but yeah, regardless, the feminine shouldn't. The feminine should not be leaving empty-handed. Regardless, the feminine should either have the cup with water or without water. It doesn't. I don't know, man. I, I'm flabbergasted still. The Nine of Pentacles is fine. I don't know how the hell they didn't mess up the Nine of Pentacles. They even got the snail there. They did the Nine of Pentacles, but that one was wrong. The Ace of Cups. I don't know why a mermaid is holding the Ace of Cups. other than to represent water. I don't know why there's a limniscat on the Ace of Cups and not a dove or something to represent the divine. But there's a limniscat, which is victory, which kind of makes sense. I'm going to break this down. The wand is in his right hand. No, why is the wand in his right hand? Get that out, put that in your left hand. Get the wand out your right hand. You are an awful magician. You are making things with your rational mind, and you're pointing it at an owl to represent wisdom. And you don't even have. I don't see a damn wand on your table. I see a club. Unless that's the wand, but that doesn't, that's just weird. I mean, it is. Never mind. I see what's going on. It's a play. So it is the wand. I don't know why all the elements are down on the floor. I'm pretty sure the magician is just Aries. No, I'm wrong. No, the fool is Aries. The magician is Mercury, so I'm not sure why all the zodiacs are on there. I'm sorry. I'm breaking it down. I'm ripping this deck in half. Not actually, but I'm looking at it. Now I gotta show you more. Man, I'll link the deck in the chat. But yeah, I'ma just. What is that? What bird is that? I don't even know what bird that is. That's okay. There's a ball in it. There's seahorses, I guess. Mermaids. Winged mermaids? That's not a mermaid, that's a seahorse. A seahorse with wings? Seahorses have wings, don't they? No, they don't. No, they do. No, they don't. Why are the seahorses winged? Well, I guess a seahorse because it's like the king of the sea, and that's like. No, but for the Queen of Cups, that doesn't make any sense. For the King of Cups, seahorse, sure, but for the Queen of Cups, when it's just starting out, it doesn't make sense to have anything of mastery showing. Okay, whatever. I gotta stop looking at it. I will run myself around and around and around. No, I looked at like seahorses don't have. Pull an angel card for you. Sure. Which angel do you want it from? The Archangel Power or the Angel Prayer? And I can do that for you. Because they have. I think they're technically considered fins. Anyone you like? Well, you gotta pick. That's what I'm asking. I gotta ask. I gotta know. Or are they flippers? Are they fins or flippers at that point? Damn. I don't know. prayer one? I got you. The Eight of Wands, yeah. The Eight of Wands confuses me too. I don't know why he's sitting out an attack. Like, the Eight of Wands is just saying, hey, you're good to go. Like, it's time to make forward movement, not jump into war. Like, what the fuck? Y'all out here reading nighttime, like, nightmare stories for these people. Like, goodness, dude. All right. So your first angel card bubble is the Miracle of Prayer, Archangel Sandalphon. Thank you, Sandalphon, for delivering my prayers to the heavens. Inner voice, thank you, angels, for guiding me through my voice. And the transformation, Archangel Zadkiel. Thank you, Zadkiel, for supporting me to transform from my past challenges. So, whatever situation you're in, like whatever you've been praying for is, has been answered, has been received. Listen to your intuition, follow that golden voice to allow the transition, to allow the things that you've been asking for to transpire smoother and quicker on the physical in that sense. But other than that, just pay attention to your intuition, and whatever has been on your mind, whatever troubles have been there, whatever you've been praying to like be released from, they have been heard. And there is an angel on the case, so to speak. Where did that thing go? Where did my thing? It just like disappeared. Oh, it's right here. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, like, I don't know, like, what they would be classified as, if wings, flipper, fins. Like, I don't think they'd be classified as flippers because they're not, like, smooth. And flippers usually indicate, like, smooth. Well, animals that have flippers usually have, like, smooth. And seahorses have all those, like, the curvatures and stuff in it, like the peaks in their stuff. So I don't know if that would be considered, like, a wing or not, because they don't use it to move. They use it for steering, and that's basically what birds do as well. Birds just glide, and seahorses technically do the same thing off the currents of other fishes and like body movements. So like, you know what I mean? I got you, Bubble. No worries. So they're fins. Not all underwater creatures have fins. Some have flippers. Some have tentacles too. Yeah, they mainly move with their tail. Like, they like flick it. You're having to. I've never ate tentacles. I probably never will. Yeah, because they like flick with their tail, and then they like move forward. Right. We got oysters and clams and shit. All sorts of life. The glowing ones are cool. No, dolphins have flippers. They're technically flippers. We learn all sorts of stuff, dude. We don't just learn about spiritual things over here, dude. We talk about everything we can. You know, just whatever pops up. Yeah, I just don't think I would like the. I just don't. I can't. I wouldn't be able to eat it. I would be too busy fucking playing with this, either the suction cups of the octopus or like threatening to throw it at people instead of eating it. Honestly, I just would not take that as like a serious food option. Unfortunately. No, jellyfish are like part of the squid family. They're like squids. That they have like their own like off branch because there's a lot of like jelly like creatures down there, but they're like associated with squids, I think. I'm gonna pull 3 of these and then I'm gonna use the this is my profession. This is my calling. This is what I've come here to do. Um being a healer, one, has to go down that healing journey. But this is just something that I truly do. It is a profession of mine, I would say, I guess. That's Jellyfish are so weird. They're cool as fuck, but they're so weird. I, I, I got a notification of your comment, Lucy, and you said they do not have wings. I don't know. I don't know why I got a notification for it, but they do not have wings. I just thought that was hilarious. Oh my god. Dude, YouTube be ratting you out. YouTube and Spirit Team got you hard on that one. They just tag teamed you and ratted you out. But we have Stargate Heart, which is heart chakra opening, unblocking, and generosity. The message of this card is your heart space is a sacred deep space deep within you. For some time, you have protected it with psychic shields that have not only stopped you from being hurt, but also stopped you from feeling love. This gateway appearing shows that you have finally dropped those shields and are ready to experience love. Universal wisdom wants you to know that this is your divine right. You are highly empathic and a generous soul who has much to give, and you are being called forth to reveal the deeper and more vulnerable aspects of your being. Divine light beings are surrounding you, holding you, and encouraging you to relax. All the restrictions and blockages of your heart space have now been removed. The worst is behind you, and the world needs you. We have Anunnaki light codes. Let me get to it. So your message of Anunnaki light codes is energetic shift, new information, and end of a cycle. Great change is coming to you, but this can only occur if you are willing to shift your perception. You may be experiencing resistance to change, but please know this is simply fear of the new, not intuition. If you are wondering what's the best course of action, the Anunnaki are encouraging you to go with the new. Old system, old ways of being, and old ways of doing things must be released if you are to evolve. Change can bring a sense of vulnerability, but will allow you to make a deeper connection to your feelings, gifts, and what is important to you. You are standing at a gateway of pure potential that will be ignited as soon as you move through the necessary change. Be open to new information, new processes, and new ideas. You are part of the new energy upon the earth. Yeah, I love this deck. This deck is cool. Um, and then we have the Emerald Tablet activation. And the message of this card is, when the Emerald Tablet activation card appears, you're being called to remember the gifts you are carrying from previous lifetimes. Even if you don't always understand how to express them, there's a part of you that knows that you hold a great power within. This is a special time for you to use that power to bring into manifestation all you need for your life to unfold in a way that is in alignment with your best interests. All that has unfolded so far has given you the opportunity to learn and to grow, even the unsettling moments. But you are a master alchemist with the capacity to take on all that was once challenging and use it to create a positive opportunity for yourself. As above, so below. All the thoughts that you send up to Source will contribute to your evolution on Earth. But yeah, there's that. I just felt like doing it. That's perfect, Lucy. That's a perfect way for engagement. They do not have wings. I love that. I love that so much. It's honestly something that I would do. Word. I get that. The body decor, yeah. Urine can like help with like feet infection. Like if you have bad smelling feet, you can pee on your feet and that like gets rid of the odor or bacteria. It can also be used for protection. P can be used for like protection work as well. Well, urine can be, so saying P like a child. Urine can be used as like protection stuff too, and setting barriers and boundaries. His foot, yeah. Yeah, I know some things. There's stuff in my brain. I won't ever take a stiff joint. That's fair. It is a crazy loophole, dude. Like literally, it's people like are afraid to do it because they're like it's gross, and like to a degree it is. Um, but I mean, like at the end of the day, I don't know. Situations call for different measures, and depending on who you're talking to, they'll probably tell you to use your urine for something, dude. Like I don't know. Not many practitioners that do it, but I know a lot of practitioners that are like that are super open about people like doing when they first rise in the rising, when they first like wake up or whatever, to like wash their face with their rising urine, for like protection and prosperity. There's a lot of like African spiritual traditions and pathways, like especially within like hoodoo, um, that follow those sorts of things, and like Ifa and stuff and all that. Um, but they talk a lot about like you need to do this, and whenever you first wake up, don't use the bathroom. Like just wash your face off with it. Let it sit for like 5 minutes. Wash it off. Well, don't wash it off. You just you tap it off, and then you go about your day and you stay protected. It's a thing. Like I haven't like looked too much into it, but like they it's how it is. That is some power. That is some potent pee, honestly. But like, I mean, at the end of the day, like that's just animal kingdom stuff, you know. God, dude, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna do the wand stuff or if I'm gonna like do something else. I probably should do the wands. Probably should finish up the wands. What the hell? It's PM where you're. Oh, it is PM here too. Never mind. It's 9:30 where you're at. Dang, I didn't realize it was 12 here. Be hungry for myself, okay? No, just put the tomato seeds in your mouth before you plant them. You can put I don't know what else you could do. I'm not too familiar with like gardening stuff when it comes down to crafting. That's so fair and true. I get that. I wouldn't do that either. Damn. Y'all are just up. I mean, I don't have nothing to talk about. I was up last night. Sue, but dang. Shit, Daniel, that's such a good point. No, exactly, though. Like, that's what you're, like, even though it's a good fertilizer, like, it has the correct bacteria and stuff for it. It's like, what are you, what have you ate? What nutrients is that plant gonna get from you is the question. And how much is that plant gonna have to, like, overwork in itself? Not a rose garden. There's like a specific flower. Um, Damn, I forgot like what it was. Yeah, I could. I mean, yeah, you'd have to like do some things to get it like to work. It just wouldn't be able to work like organically. Well, it would work organically, but like she only thought she was dedicated. Oh goodness. You gotta do what you gotta do. You really do. I'm glad that you always do. That's the intended goal, that at least someone can leave with like information or something to look up, or like a new mindset or a smile or like a better mood, you know. That's the goal. Oh dang, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta agree with Daniel on that. Like you offer a lot more than just a few laughs. It is definitely whenever like because there's not like main people on at specific times that I've noticed at least. Um, but whenever there's not like uh at least more than two people in the chat that's not like familiar with how we like just with like the channel and the space here, it's like weird. It's a different energy. But the second like two people that are like familiar here, doesn't even have to be mods, just pop in, like everything gets different. I love this little space that we have. It really is like a good place. And we got all sorts of walks of life up in here too, which is really awesome to see, because it's just like, I don't know. We can work together. It's not impossible. It's just people just gotta start doing it. I guess. Yes, sometimes listen, sometimes the trolls are good. Sometimes the trolls I like they pop in and I'll sometimes interact with them. Other times they'll do their thing, you know, but you know, it's a good surprise. It's a good pop. But yeah. If I can't be like a good instant like educator of like, you know, planning out a plan or something and, you know, teaching on that type of regimen, I'll at least hold a good space that we can talk about things and then delve into subjects with. Uh they hide themselves, hug. A lot of people end up wearing a mask in life. A lot of people are like, "Oh, I want to be a good person. I want to be around good people," but they're just not. It's this weird facade where it's really a game that goes on with like the spirit of an individual, really, where it's like, are you gonna like be who you want to be, or are you gonna like fake it till you make it? You know what I mean? A lot of people are just like they just wear that mask. Some people get a kick out of it. Some people do it involuntarily. They just have unhealed traumas that just end up you know, bleeding out on everyone else. Um, but at the end of the day, it's because of a fragile ego. They don't feel as good as who they of a person as they are, so they have to do something to overpower other people. It's a whole like brain thing. But usually those people are like not living the best of life, and they are very either, you know, there's sometimes envious people, but for the most part they're either living a life that they don't like or they're living a life that they do like, but there's no like actual sustenance or like satisfaction from it, so they have to get some form of like new emotional response. All right, sleep well, Lucy. I appreciate you for stopping in and being here. 10 toes down for sure. Oh, you're not leaving? My bad. Well, thank you for the hug. Oh. No, we all thought that you were giving us like bedtime hugs or something. Okay. Oh man, that's funny. All right. What to do? Dude, that's always a funny convo to have. They're like, you know, I'm more spiritual than religious. It gets like, what do you mean you're spiritual? Are you with the devil stuff? What do you mean the devil stuff? No. We talk about the devil stuff. I gotta pull these the right way for me. Damn. Why do I gotta get this? This is a puzzle. Okay. Whoa. All right. See you, Steven. Thank you. Appreciate you for stopping in. YouTube needs to unshadow ban me now. It's what needs. I need that to happen right now. I don't know why I randomly thought about that and why I had to say it out loud, but it needed to happen. All right. I am going to be back. I gotta use the bathroom. Luckily, my bathroom in here is fixed, so I won't have to like leave too much. But I'll be back in a few. All right, I'm back. It didn't hate me. Let me catch up on chat. From which country? I am from the States. Oh man, I seen it in my third eye when I was in the bathroom. Is it this one? Okay. I seen it in my mind. Yeah, cause fucking dude, Bill Gates is weird. He is a very estranged individual. He wants us all to eat bugs. I don't want to eat bugs. I'm tired of eating microplastics as it is. And now we gotta eat bugs. We've been eating bugs forever though. I mean, let's get real. But I don't want to eat no more bugs. Or microplastics. Okay. Yeah, it's fucking awful we don't get to hear about stuff like that because the censorship law is so fucked up that it allows you to see someone get their head cut off, but you can't actually hear about anything important happening within world news in that sense. And it's so split up that, like, you have to listen to, like, a whole political opinion before it gets to it. Dude, that's fucking awful. Oh shit, what's up, Cassandra? How we doing? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I can't complain. How you doing? How we doing? And if anyone needs tarot cards or oracle cards, let me know. And I can get that. Because I'm like, I don't know. I have nothing to do right now. And I don't really want to, like, I don't want to Photoshop all those cards right now. So I'm staying here. I'm doing it in the background, like, ever so often, though. Because I have to. Did I save this or I did? I remember I did. Wait, this is the, those are the edits. That's the wrong one. I'm glad to hear that you're doing well. TW. I still kind of can't get over the fact that there is an accurate like tarot deck for that, and it is baffling me to a degree where I'm almost uncomfortable, but I'm not uncomfortable. The vibes are slow today. The vibes are slow today. I woke up so early, and I have just been so tired. Well, not tired. Well, I've been tired. Not like exhausted, tired, but just I don't know. I rose and I was told to do something, and I've just been up since. I was told to get up and go live, and do my thing. Don't delete layer, duplicate. Come on. Damn. Oh no. Why did I get the cups? I need the swords. I'm not locked in enough to do this either, obviously, because if I was, I wouldn't have got the 2 of cups again. And hey, welcome in. How we feeling? How we doing? What's going on? Ooh, this one did not. This one's dirty. Really dirty. How we feeling? How we doing? How is everyone? No, I messed up. That was awful. Alright. Let me get this done. And then I can... And I can shift focus. Can you get some cards for sure? What were you looking for? Were you wanting cards for both Epson and Cassandra? Do you want the tarot or the oracle? And what do you want the reading on? With the tarot and oracle, there is different decks, so I gotta like split them off like that. Oracle general. Okay, so for the oracle, would you want the angel prayer, the lyre and oracle, the voice of the soul oracle, or the light of activation? This is a whole like Q&A that you have to answer before getting in. Like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure that you're sure that you're sure? The voice of the soul. Damn. This is gonna be a lot of reading. But yeah, Epson, whenever let me know if you would want what you would want it on and whether you would want a tarot or oracle reading, and then we will get to that. I am doing I'm doing well. A little, a little shaky behind, you know, behind the curtain, but other than that, I'm good. I'm doing well. How are you? Yeah, of course. I mean, you sometimes you got to. And I'm not gonna be someone to say, hey, don't do that here, because it's the whole point of healing is being able to express yourself. You know what I mean? So just express yourself to your fullest content. 2 came out. I'm feeling like that's okay. Yeah, I'm feeling right. So, goodness gracious, my throat would stop getting clogged up, and I could talk. Sandra, your voiceless souls oracles are anger, burden to tears, and karmic relationship, and we're gonna read them and let you know what's going on. Anyway, your soul wants you to know with anger is causing interference with your energies. It is disrupting your heart and sacral chakras. It's also causing you great impatience. You feel that everything is against you and others don't understand you, and that everything is happening to slow you down, overwhelm, or block you. But the outer world is not your enemy. It is the echo of your own energy. Today, I invite you to understand the source of this anger. It is old. It has become a crutch for you. You think you need it, that it helps you fight, but it just keeps you in the energy of struggle. And it also disconnects you from me, your soul. Release this anger. It isn't right for you, and it is preventing you from feeling grateful and being in the joy of the moment. By smiling, you will connect with me again. Through compassion, you will hear my voice, and through liberation, you will be reunited once more. So release your anger. Your spirit guides want you to know there's an energy of anger inside you related to the number 7. This is a situation, emotion, or relationship that may have marked you 7 years, 7 days, or 7 months ago. Reflect on the number 7 and how it echoes inside of you. The anger isn't present for you to release it, absolutely. Uh, it is so you may understand that there are things that you keep inside you, such as ideas, thoughts, and the desire to discover new skills and abilities. This anger reflects your frustration at not having enough time to spend discovering yourself. Heed the warning sounded by this anger and what it's teaching you, and then you can commerce your liberation. This anger is a strong sign to help you realize the beauty of your being, and the entity would like you to know. I was angry for a long time. Yeah, I didn't, but I don't yet feel this anger was mine directly. It was passed down from generation to generation. The anger had become self-evident, a habit in my life, and reactions. I didn't like it, but when the anger wasn't there, I felt vulnerable. It was my armor, but it also may have prevented me from experiencing some beautiful moments. I can also feel your anger towards me. While this emotion unites us, it can also disrupt our communication. Today, I am free of anger. I advise you to find its source and may release it too. Communication may then be more gentle. You deserve gentleness. I barely touched upon true, authentic gentleness. Don't be like me. Be gentle with yourself and accept the gentleness of others. You really deserve it. Um, we have Burden of Tears, which is 21. Um, your soul wants you to know there's a great sadness inside you and emotional pain. I feel this. I feel it deep inside you, and I understand it. Part of you feels like this pain makes you weak and vulnerable, so you repress it into your deepest depths. But this sadness is legitimate, and it has something positive to teach you. Yeah, your pain is a sign that you're mourning a relationship, situation, or a way of being and thinking. There is still some resistance, which is why part of you is afraid to connect to this emotional suffering. You feel unable to handle it. Don't force it, but if you feel unable to handle it, don't force yourself, but don't repress it. If you need to cry, scream, or talk, just do it. You can write it down or communicate with the person you trust. I really invite you to do so. It will bring you true liberation and let you open a new chapter in your life. Your spirit guides want you to know 6 months ago something important happened. Something heavily disrupted your energy and emotions. Part of your energy froze, which part of you had a bad scare. Fear isn't a negative emotion. Fear comes when you feel in danger. Its role is to advise you. Fear freezes you, and its role is to warn you. Fear allows you to overstand what's going on. Today, we invite you to understand what frightened you and made you sad, using the method of your choice. Understanding what the fear means to teach you. We've been sending you signs over the past few days that will help you connect with another person. That person will help you directly or indirectly connect to yourself, help you reconnect to yourself. And the entity would like you to know part of you is sad and wants to cry and scream. This isn't necessarily directly related to my passing. It is a situation that you can't fully accept or overcome. I understand this completely. I would like to help you more, but it's up to you to build your own path. Don't worry about your tears causing me harm. Don't worry about you having a negative influence on my soul. I am here for you and to console you. I send your comfort and compassion. I would like to take you in my arms, but I know I can't. So to feel my presence, take time to curl up and give yourself some kindness. Take care of yourself. That is when we are in the same energy and can communicate in a gentle and unique way. And then we have karmic relationship, um, which your soul wants you to know. You need to understand the connection you have with another person, another soul. You need to understand why that relationship can be so complicated or why those feelings are so strong. You need to categorize the relationship. The relationship is a karmic one, which means both of your souls have already met in previous lives. But this is no reason for the relationship to become toxic or for you to accept things that aren't right for you. Part of you is afraid of cutting this relationship short or focusing on its karmic depth. However, um, However, this prevents you from connecting to your free will and making decisions on your own. Today, I'm sending you signs to help you detach from this relationship and take a step back. Connect to your free will. Don't think that unexpected events are a sign of fate. They are important to help you connect to your inner strength and let go. Your spirit guides want you to know over the next 2 days will be rich in signs for you and important events. You are experiencing an important transition in your energy, emotions, and inner being. You're at a life's crossroads, so we invite you to make the important choices. We invite you to make these choices on your own, while others can advise you. You are the one who must decide. It's important that you make these decisions. Signs of our presence will be strong in the next 2 days. They may take on different forms. Embrace them with confidence and compassion. Um, we are there by your side to help you be confident in your capabilities of courage and perseverance. The choices will determine a new and important path for you. They will let you evolve and learn it in a new positive way. You can do anything on your own. You can do it. And the entity would like you to know you and I have a karmic relationship. We meet again in life after life. Whether they are positive or negative experiences, our two souls experiment together. There is strong love between us. Know that we will meet again in the next life. Whatever we are experiencing together, our connection and love are always powerful. Our love does not stop at physical death. Our love will endure through time. I feel this love for you. Today, I am letting you experiment. I am with you, but I don't want you to focus on my utter absence. I am here, silent but united, with you through beautiful love. I am here. Focus on that at our indestructible connection, and keep on experimenting. Keep on living and being, and keep on living, being, and loving. Everything is beautiful for you. Um, but those are your three oracle cards, Cassandra. I got you, no worries. Yeah, the Voice of the Souls Oracle is a very like powerful deck, actually. Um, it always it gives the right messages that it needs to. And even if it, and that's the thing, like with the Voice of the Souls, since it's going not just through like one spectrum, it's going through three different parts: your soul, your guides, and the entity, which is like the one of all, right? It can just hit multiple people. It's a very well put together deck. And of course, Hug, I got you. Cause like it's just that's how it be. Now, what in the hell is going on here? Not YouTube hiding my numbers. Man, yeah. What the fuck? YouTube is literally hiding my numbers, dude. I was on one viewer on my phone. I do not have one viewer in here. I have more than one viewer in here. Dude. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why are y'all like this? What in the fuck? Yeah, like they're like this shit's ridiculous, dude. They don't even hide it at this point. They're like, "Yeah, we know that you know. We're just gonna rub it in your face." It's like, dude, you're fucking weird. That's all I have to say. You know, like man, that makes me so upset. Not really. It just makes me upset. That shit's crazy. And then on my laptop it says I have 14 viewers. So I don't I like I just don't know at this point what I can't like it's whatever. I really just don't know like what's going on. Like it's just annoying, unfortunately. But, you know. Hmm. I don't know. It might be a mobile app glitch. That could be it. Because now it says I have 2. It's a YouTube personal thing word. Yeah, because it's just fucking ridiculous, whatever it is. I gotta fix that stuff. Yeah, I've noticed a significant decrease in my channel after this recent owner. My channel was doing so much better whenever Susan was running the shit. Whoever this dude is fucked it up. God, he's fucked it up bad. Right, why should you, like, they don't need to have all that access, but they need to sell our data to pirates so that they can get money. Dude, it can't make up its mind. Do I have 0 viewers? Do I have 1 viewer, 2 viewers? We're at 3 now. We're still on 14 on my computer. It's like, dude. I'm so over it, dude. You see 2? Now it says 5 on my end. When after I read it says 2 for you, it went from 3 to 5. Bro, I love it. It's just, very, very fun. They gotta make up their mind. Can you at least make, like, look, come on. If you're gonna mess with my numbers, can you at least make it say 1,000 viewers? Use something beneficial. Can you boost? Can you accidentally send me fucking, I don't know, PewDiePie's revenue for 1 month? Like, damn, man. Can I just get PewDiePie's, like, monthly revenue and just once and then be done? I think that should be a thing. I think every smaller YouTuber that is, like, eligible for revenue can choose one YouTuber who's big that's, like, to take their revenue for a month and, like, swap revenues. Fuck PewDiePie, dude. I'd go for Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast's money challenge. Not only does he lose money on the challenge, but he also doesn't make it back from revenue. So he has to make it back from other things, other, like, ads and shit. Yeah, imagine dead ass. Like, that'd be crazy. That's what I would do. Let me run YouTube. That'd be fun. Why? Because, fuck, spread the money, dude. That's why. Help people out. And it would have to be eligible channels because, like, you can't just, like, send some. Unless, like, you emailed their email, like, hey, you've been chosen to, like, choose a random YouTuber. Just take their revenue for a month. Who do you choose? I don't know. It was just the first person I could think of on top of my head that has, like, a bunch of YouTube views. So I just decided to say that. Shit, I don't know. Dude. They make my fucking lifetime views. They make over my lifetime views in like an hour or less, dude. Like 30 minutes. I don't fucking know. What's up? What dream? What dream needs to be decoded? What's up? But shit, dude. Just one check. One YouTube monetary check from like PewDiePie would be enough to like get everything that I need running, and that's all that's all I know and care about. What does being attacked by a moose mean? Damn, I gotta go back and think to what a moose means spiritually. I might have to look that up. Cause I know like overall moose are like overbearing things. Like they're tall. So that means that there's like a something's overbearing. Silence. What, really? Adaptability, silence, strength. Well, strength, no shit. Protection with the antlers. I just don't feel like that represents a moose, though. Hold on. Let me do some studying about what a moose is. Because I don't know how does a moose, like, walking your path with grace? I don't think I've ever seen a moose walk gracefully. So I don't know. Strength makes sense. Resilience, confidence. Yeah, these make sense. But, like, I don't get the grace and dignity. So being attacked by that, I don't know. Being attacked by a moose. Okay, let me ask you this, because this might be a good question to narrow things down as well. Were you attacked by the antlers or like the moose itself? You know what I mean? Like, did it just use its antlers, or was it like? I don't even get reported for that. I'm not even gonna lie. I've shown the Sar, I've shown the Lovers, I've shown the Devil, like up close to the camera, and I haven't got like flagged. And even, like the videos that have them are still like green and monetized fully. I don't know where that came from, because I like everything I use those on are cool and good. Because that shit's petty. At that point, you're just being petty. Because how many other readers are showing those cards, but only a select few have to censor them? Like, what the fuck? Used his teeth when dodging with your right arm. Teeth have a lot to do with confidence. Dodging with your right arm has a lot to do with the physical world, since you're dodging your... You might be going up against a contender that you feel lesser than. Like there may be a big problem in front of you that you're needing to handle with grace. But there's an attribute that involves confidence. So either a throat chakra or a sacral chakra issue dealing with confidence where you're not able to work with it properly. There's a part of it where you almost end up rejecting a bit of that confidence. You might feel underprepared, scared to, or that it's not necessary. But this might be like, it feels like, just from like how everything is like running towards, is it does feel like just a giant obstacle that you need to handle with grace. But the teeth represent have a lot to do with confidence. So it may be something to do. You have to either speak about or create something, and it might just be a big project or working together with a bunch of people. However, but you do have the reins to, to be unscathed, because I mean, you didn't, as long as you did you get bit, like, actually, or did you get hit at all by the moose? If you didn't get hit at all by the moose in the dream, then you're gonna be fine through this. If you got hit a little bit, then there may be some bumps in the road that might, you know, hinder you or be of an annoyance, but you'll still, you know, be fine. What's up? What's up? How we doing? How we feeling, CST? 128 likes. You see 128 likes? Damn, they got me fucked up then. I only got 28 likes. Where's the extra 100 at? You doing good? Hell yeah, we love to hear that. Bite marks didn't hurt. Oh, okay, good. At least it didn't hurt. 28. Okay, dude. I was about to say if you had 128 likes, I was gonna lose my gasket. I was about to, like, how the hell do they have me blocked up that bad? Like, someone getting 100. You got 100 extra viewers. How? No, but that's what's up. But if you got bit, yeah, there may be some things that really irk your confidence. Like you may get disapproved for certain things, and certain things might not work out immediately or as smoothly as possible, which might, you know, dent your confidence. But don't let that destroy your confidence. Um, Allow that to just motivate you to continue moving down the path. Not every path you're gonna walk down is gonna be easy and non-resistant. There's gonna be resistance always. But hell yeah. Glad to hear people are doing well. If you need oracle reads, tarot reads to talk about something, uh, anything of that nature, let me know. Any magic for physical healing? Depending on what needs healed, yes. And also depending on what you're comfortable doing, yes. Or learning, depending, you know. How old am I again? I'm 25. And that's perfectly fine. It doesn't bother me. But I am 25. That's hilarious. I don't know why. Okay. He said now you're gonna say it. Okay, so let's see here. Funnily enough, I'm looking at a page that might have something right now with that could help with that. But overall, eating less acidic foods are really gonna help you. With that, I don't have any stomach lining at all, so I know how that stuff can be. But yeah, I have a few sigils. I have a few sigils that I could send you that can help with that. You only know candle magic. I can, you know, sigil magic's really easy. But I don't know any candle magic. I know sigil magic. I know like angel stuff that you can do. But I literally have a sigil here specifically for stomach issues. And things of that nature. So if you want to email me, I can just send it to you and, you know, tell you how to, you know, how to work the sigil and things of that nature. It's not that you have to forget about what they are when you charge them, but you just detach from like the need for it to be good or bad. You just implement that energy into it. So you don't really have to forget that about what it is. You just have to implement that energy into it. And these sigils are already charged and stuff. they're like ready to use. Yeah, just to like know what they are and stuff. Because you don't need to like, the intention of the sigil is already engraved in the sigil, so the intention of it doesn't really need to be forgotten because it's always going to be there, right? Even if you forget it, the fact that you're going to use that sigil subconsciously, if you've already seen it before, you're going to know what it's going to do. If you don't know what it is, your subconscious, will pick a meaning for it itself. But like, or if you have any recollection within past lives or however ancestry that know of that symbol or anything of it, it connects it to that automatically. You ain't even got to the moose yet. But yeah, my email, I can send it in chat here. Yeah, but that's my email. If you want to email me CST, I can send you that sigil. Probably I can probably like get an angel for you as well, an angel or two to kind of like help with the process with it as well, just to kind of be there as like guiding forces if you want. You don't have to have them, but like if you want. Word. The angel might take a little bit longer for me to find, but I can get one for you. I mean these are different sigils. These take like a whole other thing to do. So maybe not. What do I know about angels? I know a lot about various kinds of angels. Um, I don't know. Shit. Like, what are you wanting to know about angels, and I can hopefully do my best. Why am I not Z the commoner? I don't know. I don't know, mainly because I don't really see myself as a commoner in that sense. I'll let people express their things in here, but it's more for like having a healing environment. Oh, word. angels. Weeping angels, as far as I know, I don't know too much about them other than just from like the Doctor Who show and how they talk about them in that sense. But it's I think they're like some form of parasite. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not too knowledgeable about that one. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I may be heading off here soon. Just to, rest up, do some things that I gotta do, check up on some stuff. If everything goes to plan, I should be back tomorrow. Or later, not tomorrow, but later, excuse me. I will be back later, obviously, yeah, but like if things work out, I should be back later. But yeah, I got you all. The email's in there. I'm gonna post the rest of the stuff in there too. Give me a second. But yeah, there's all the other information, email, donation places, the website that we have. But yeah, regardless, thank you all for being here, for the donations, the likes, comments, shares, the discussions that we have here, the communication, the love. I truly appreciate it. But I love each and every one of you all, to the moon and back, tenfold and forever. And I will see you all later.